life. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm pretty much content with just rhyming all day.
Or digital can instantly share pictures.
I can start. Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham, it's time, baby. Low, it's turn out we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go.
All right, yo, it's cracking. Welcome back to another episode of the Low-Down, except this week it's with me and Matt Likes Games instead of me and Lo. Lo couldn't make it, having a little bit of electrical storms out his way, so he's not really having the most comfortable day of his life. But anyways, I got Matt here with me today. We're going to have a little show. It's not going to be too crazy long. But we are going to definitely talk about some of the recent happenings within gaming as of recently. How's it going, man? What's going on? You're muted, bud. You good? You're muted. Mr. Matt Likes Games, are you there?
There we go. Okay. That was weird. I had my mic on and I was talking earlier before the show.
Yeah, I had to mute you earlier because I was hearing sound from your mic as the intro was playing.
Oh my, yeah,
I tried to unmute you right as the show was starting, but it said you weren't responding to which I don't understand why it doesn't just unmute you. I muted you. Why can't I unmute you?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have canceled it because I saw something pop up on my screen. I didn't really pay attention to it, and I just clicked cancel. So that was probably my fault. But I'm doing good. I saw you edited the new intro and everything. Looks nice.
Oh,
a lot of new stuff in there. And I know you got rid of the Saints row at the end of it.
Couldn't handle it.
Yeah. But I'm good. I mean, I've been playing pretty much everything besides the thing I really want to play, which is Stalker 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for that damn update.
But keep waiting, bud. And I don't know. I think it needs a series of updates. I don't think one update.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Take care of it. Like if they drop a nuclear update that just fixes everything, then that's a pretty nasty update that I'd imagine would ask you to pretty much re-download all 145 gigs, right?
Probably.
But I don't know. I just don't see that happening right away. I'd love that to happen right away. In fact, I mean, that's the game that I've been playing mostly as of lately. And the thing is as unfortunate as this may sound, it's the reality of it. I've got to play this game. I can't let it just sit.
Yeah.
Like, if I let it sit too long, it's going to become a backlog game that never even gets remotely close to completed. Like, this game isn't an easy game. It's kind of hard. I have games that I'm looking forward to, especially come February, because that's a big month.
Yeah, February is huge.
So like this game, it doesn't have to be finished before the end of the year type of shit. But like it needs to be finished before February.
Yeah.
And I want to I want to know now that I'm at least getting in a pretty solid spot to where that will make sense.
I get that. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely plan on having that done by February. I'm not in a rush to play it when it's the way it is at the moment. Uh, but I mean, beside like I've been playing, like I said, everything besides that. Like I started KOTOR. I've never played KOTOR before. Just looking for like another BioWare game to play. So that's what I've been playing mostly is KOTOR and yeesh. And I just got Silent Hill 2. I haven't played it yet. But I got that off of the Black Friday for Walmart because
Oh, nice. What are you playing on PC?
no, on I almost said on Xbox.
On Xbox? Wow.
I almost said on Xbox on PlayStation because I got
Oh,
an
nice. Is
update.
it physical or digital?
It's physical because
Okay.
I saw Wario post and he was like Black Friday at Walmart's up and I'm like I'll take a look. I'm not expecting to see anything though. And they had Silent Hill 2 for $30 and I got $5 off of it. So it made it like $25 plus tax. So I haven't even played it yet, but I got it and I got it installed and I might check it out. I might check it out here tonight maybe or tomorrow or something. I might stream it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man, enjoy. Definitely enjoy that.
Yeah.
Ray Chi comes in here with chat says I can play soccer 2 for a big while. I will skip a Avowed for now. I was 100% okay with the pronoun. Seriously, not a big deal. But then the dev mad it
Made it.
made it a big deal yesterday. I
I didn't
think
even
that's
see it.
something that we'll probably talk about a little bit here in just a little bit. Sappho walked in saying, I found WWE 2K24 on Xbox for $23. That's definitely a good deal. Definitely hop on that if you're, I mean, obviously you did. So, but I mean, since he brought it up, I figure we might as well just go on ahead and just knock it out because I'm not sure
Yo.
if it's in the list of topics to talk about today. In fact, I don't think it is.
hmm
So, yeah. So, what do you kind of think about that whole thing? I'm actually going to kind of bring that up
I
as we're
literally
talking
haven't
about it.
seen it. So like
Really?
what did I'm assuming Carrie Patel said it?
Um. So let me pull it up just so I can see what was actually thrown because I know Vinny put it in the chat yesterday.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see it because I have definitely not. Huh. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking for it.
Nah, no problem.
All right, so I think here. Oh, it's right down here. All right, this is great. So yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna switch screens so we can see, and there we have it. So right here, this person named Michael at Legacy Killa HD, really cool name, says, "We're past the point in which you should know the consequences of saying stupid shit like this in the lead up to a game's release. This director just slapped everyone avowed of excuse me. This director just slapped every avowed dev in the face by having this dumb meltdown and making the game enemy number one in the culture war. Not smart." And Pirate Nation says, avowed art director calls gamers sickos and wants to make Elon Musk mad with his game. So Matt Hansen, I guess. Are you familiar with that name?
Not really. No.
Yeah, me neither. So it says Matt Hansen, and it says Hansen at Matt Hansen, Blue Sky, social media. I don't know, whatever. It says I wanted so badly to make. I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game. I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default. You said little shit. And
So, yeah.
you see the post?
Yeah. Oh, so Elon's post is having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. That's a take, but all right.
And he shared what Grums posted,
Of course he did.
which is something.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Grums said, this is getting hard to read. He said, I'm drawing a line. I'm rejecting any game that has pronouns in it, and you grammar Nazis know what I mean. Stop being stupid.
I
And
mean,
yeah, it just
dude.
points. All it does is point at him,
Oh God, dude.
and
So
under this
yeah.
text. So Matt then says, anyway, Avowed comes out February 18th next year. Give it a whirl if you ain't a fear of the woke mind virus.
That's
And
hilarious.
this is all something.
Yeah.
I agree with the person that earlier said, the Michael person
Mhm.
that said, like, you should have just kind of just left it alone. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Like, he
Yeah.
should have just left it alone. Like, grifters are gonna grift, and you got caught being somebody that
You got grifted.
thinks, yeah.
You got grifted.
You got jammed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I think it was. I mean, hey, it is what you said. It's a grift, and he got grifted in this case. But I look at that and I'm like, I honestly, because look what happened with Dragon Age. I feel like what's going to happen is this is ultimately probably like, sure, people are going to be mad because you always have like the grifters always kind of stirring up, anger or whatever they're doing for that particular day. So people are going to be mad about it. People are going to have their opinions. They're going to say they're going to have some spicy takes, and but I think ultimately this is just going to, the same way it did Dragon Age, this is going to probably help the game in terms of how it performs, honestly. Just because, like, I feel like there's an amount of people, not like everybody, obviously, but I feel like there's people who would have never played Dragon Age had they not heard about it through all this extra nonsense that happened around the whole game itself. And I feel like now that's probably going to happen with Avowed too. There's going to be all this extra nonsense around the game, and it's going to make people go, "Oh, I haven't heard of that. I'll try it out." I feel like that's probably what's going to happen with Avowed. I think that this is it's a bad look for this guy, this Matt's. He says his name's Matt Hansen. Was that his name? I'm not entirely sure, but his name was Matt. So yeah, it's not the greatest look for Matt in this particular case. He got but and in terms of the whole, Pirate Nation and Elon Musk and Grums and everybody, I feel like everything they're trying to do by blocking people from playing this game or recommending that people don't play this game or whatever they're trying to do, I feel like that ultimately backfires just about every time. Unless of course the game comes out and it just actually sucks, in which case then hey, it sucks. But I we'll see what happens. But yeah, he got, and I don't think this is too big of a deal. Also, he said he called them sickos. Did they? Oh, okay, never mind. He said the sickos.jpg. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Because I'm interested to hear.
Honestly, I think this is another case of people not really understanding what free speech means.
Yeah.
And this is just another sad case of people not understanding what that is. Or maybe they're saying, I'd say kind of tisk more or less on the Matt Hansen guy.
Sure.
Because everything else that happened after sounds about right. To be honest, to be honest, I'm not saying that they're right for what they're for what they're saying, because I don't agree with like I don't agree with Elon in this case, because I don't really care about pronouns and stuff like that in a video game. Like, it's already a fantasy when I turn it on my TV. Now if they don't allow me to be a guy in a game where it's like an RPG or something like that, then I'm kind of like, what the fuck is going on, right? It's like, all right, you guys are really trying to shove it down my throat, right? Then it gets to be uncomfortable to me, because I'm playing a type of game where I get to usually pick a choice or whatnot, and you're telling me that I can't, so I can then understand why somebody would be mad, and then I'd be more likely to kind of vibe with them. But in this case, where it's like you can be he, you can be she, or you can be them or whatever, I'm gonna pick he or she and just keep it moving. All right, because I mean, I'm not like I might even pick a them, just messing around, just as like making a wildly goofy wild character. Like, I've done that before. I've done it in wrestling games. I did it in this last Dragon Age, just making the most ridiculous looking character, where it's just like, man, if this person was in real life, we would all vomit. Like this motherfucker is ugly. And it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But as for all this stuff, I'm disappointed in Matt because it's just like, dude, you walked in a field that said landmines. It said landmines before you walked in it, and you still walked in it, and then you're like, my leg, and I'm just like, dude, you just walked in a field full of landmines. What are you doing? Like you walked into a losing battle because no one is coming to save you when you walk out there like that.
Yeah.
There might be some people that stand up for you, but watch some nasty person, come out and say something and make them just shut up.
Yeah.
Make them not want to argue back because they're so vile or something. So I just I don't know, man. You knew what you probably and the thing is people expect, I'm standing my ground, and I think it's about as powerful as South Park made it. Where it's just like, you're standing your ground, all right. Nobody cares.
Sure.
No, I mean, bro. To me, the reason nobody cares is because it's not a real issue.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
That's why nobody cares about the pronouns, and the people that do care just seem insane and wild.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I don't think Elon Musk I don't think Elon Musk was gonna play Avowed. I don't think Grums was gonna play Avowed. Pirate Nation is. I mean, I don't think he was gonna play Avowed.
I don't even know who that is.
Pirate Nation is no different than like Grums. I mean, they have some. I don't disagree with everything they say. They have some good opinions on some things, but they also do this thing. They also bait people into doing exactly what Matt did right there. A lot of times, like they're one of those accounts that they'll say some quasi-inflammatory shit trying to get reactions and stuff. They're one of those accounts. But I don't think this is too big of a deal, honestly. I mean, it doesn't look good for this Matt Hansen guy. I mean, he got. But ultimately, like when we come around to February, I don't think this is going to matter. And if it does matter, it's not going to matter among the people playing the game.
No, it's not. Because even if the game looks interesting, like, and here's the thing that I don't buy it when people try to sell me it. I feel like they're pitching me wolf tickets. Is like when they're telling me, I was interested into the game, and then I seen like him, and then all of a sudden I just lost all interest. Like, I don't buy that.
Yeah, then you weren't interested. You weren't.
I just don't buy it, right?
Same.
like I could see you being very vocal and not liking it, and maybe like I just don't see that as. I guess it is for some people, right? It is. Let's be honest. It is.
Yeah, everyone's different.
People. Yeah, everybody is different, but to me, I just like. I know when GTA 6 comes out and they have an online mode, I know.
You better believe
nobody is holding that line.
You better believe it.
Nobody's holding that line.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear how morally proud anybody is about any of this stuff. Because if the right game did it, you'd still buy it.
Oh, 100%. No one's missing GTA. No one's missing out on that.
GTA, if they did it in a Red Dead game, it would be so controversial. It'd probably be the most selling game.
If they did that in a that'd be the most hilarious one, is to do it in a Red Dead game. Just to see the reactions, just to then see how much it sells.
Well, I mean, let's be uncomfortably real. Are we going to pretend that those type of people weren't around back in those days? Are we going to pretend?
Exactly. It was very taboo, but like
It was taboo.
It existed.
But there's a reason it was taboo, because it existed.
Exactly. You fucking nailed it, bud. You fucking nailed it.
So I mean, like I said, I'm not like an advocator of like LGBT and whatnot. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, Matt is, because he has family that's tied up into it. So he's more of an advocator than I am.
Yes.
I'm more of an advocator of, I don't care. I thought this was America. That's what I'm an advocator of.
For sure.
I don't care. I thought this was America. Hashtag Randy Marsh. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't, like my daughter, if she turned on this game, she's seen he, her, or them, she might ask me a question. Am I uncomfortable answering it? Not really. Because I know she wants to be her. I know it. I know it.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I feel like those that are like uncomfortable with it, like, to be honest, just maybe you need to get a little bit more comfortable with yourself. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, this shouldn't be. I feel like that. Like, this shouldn't. Especially, like, dude, it's 2024. In fact, we're about to roll into 2025. Like, this shouldn't be every game that comes out. This shouldn't be a topic. This shouldn't be something where a developer at a studio like Matt Hansen here should feel the need. He should never feel the need to just have that interaction. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. Like, he should be able to see that. Like, any normal person should be able to see that. Like, what Elon and Grums are saying and Pirate Nation, any normal person should be able to see that and go, yeah, whatever. And then also on their end, they should be able to see that game has pronouns and just be like, whatever.
I don't know how you don't see that tweet and just be like, oh, it's Tuesday.
Exactly. Like, it's like, are we gonna do this for
Tuesday.
literally? Are we gonna do this for every fucking game? Is this just the cycle for every game now? Because here's the thing: any game that lets you create a character now, for the most part, it's going to. The outliers are going to be the ones that don't let you do pronouns, like, or not don't let you do, but like are the ones that aren't going to let you pick they, them, he, her, he, him. Like, those are going to be the outlier games. This is going to be a norm. And I
hey,
feel like
those games might sell.
Sure, exactly.
Those games might sell, but
for sure,
I hear what you're saying, Matt. And my whole thing is always, yo, if it stinks as bad as you guys think it does, then let it die.
Yeah, then quit talking about it. Quit giving it fuel. Like, this is all they do is give it fuel.
Yeah, just let it die. Like that's my whole thing. Is just like, if something stinks, you don't like it, then don't put your money towards it. And if you don't put your money towards it, and you see that it's dying, you were probably right.
Sure.
But if you see that it is, I mean, just like what what's that game? Not Concord, but the other the game that starts with a D.
The one that just came out, Dragon Age.
No.
Oh, the
Uh,
so
it's
is it
like
like Concord?
people call it like the woke game that was like governmentally funded.
Dustborn.
Dustborn, yeah.
Yeah.
People talk about Dust, like, dude, that game failed because it stunk.
Yes. Exactly.
It failed because it was just a game that nobody really cared or needed to play.
Yeah.
Had no lineage behind it. Its sole purpose was to be that type of game, to be a game to keep you in the know. And nobody cared about what they thought the know was.
Yeah.
Because that's not why we're here to play video games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, I just felt like we needed to talk about that and go through that or whatnot real quick. Silly shit that I don't care about. But hey, it is news still. Here's something else Elon recently said that I think is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with this last post, but it might. But let's kind of just check it out. This is in real time, so I have no idea what this is talking about until I read it right now. So this post is from Elon. It says too many game studios that are owned by massive corporations at XAI is going to start an AI game studio to make games great again. That's
Dude.
wild.
Okay,
And,
please. I just want to say this real quick. They're going to start an AI game studio. There's too many games that are owned by massive corporations, so they're going to start an AI game studio to pull a bunch of information from those games made by massive corporations to make gaming great again. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's something. But anyways, Elon's retweeting it from a post that said, "I don't understand how game developers and game journalism got so ideologically captured. Gamers have always been trolls, anti-greedy corporations, anti-BS. Gamers have always rejected dumb, manipulative BS and can tell when someone is an outsider poser. Why lean into the BS?" I feel like this person thinks that that majority of gamers are protesters.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what majority of gamers are.
100%.
But I mean, I see what this person's saying it in a wild way that gamers are very passionate about gaming. That's what this person's saying.
Yeah.
Is that gamers are very passionate about gaming. As for always been trolls, I don't know. I don't consider myself a troll, and I know many other gamers that don't.
Yeah. I don't know what that
Anti-greedy corporation. We're still talking about Mario. Dude, shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like like the biggest Call of Duty? Like, is that not relative?
What about PlayStation? Anti-greedy corporation. Meanwhile, PlayStation's like the biggest. I mean, well, Nintendo, but like the biggest console manufacturer. Microsoft with Xbox. Like, people aren't anti-greedy corporation.
Yeah, there's only 3 companies, and they're all massive greedy companies.
Yes.
An anti-BS. I don't know, man. I mean, there's Fortnite. That's a lot of BS just right there. So I don't know, like this whole thinking I can identify all gamers because I identify this way is pretty wild.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
I think the 80, what is it? 80. Oh, never mind. I was way off. He's got 8.1. I thought it said 84 likes. He's at 8.1K likes. I was so far off. But yeah, I don't think that's most people, man. I just think it's a lot of people who feel that way, but it's not the majority.
No, I don't think, Timmy, Jimmy, and Sarah playing on their Switch are thinking about any of this shit.
Yeah, they don't care shit. None of it.
All right. Well, anyways, let's get into some of the actual topics that I did want to talk about today, and some of the things that LoCAD kind of posted up for us to talk about. Seeing that he's not on the show, but he kind of got us the thumbnail ready and got things going. He just couldn't make it due to some weather issues that he's having. But apparently, Valve's new Steam rules will finally hold season passes DLC to account. Have you heard anything about this?
What do they mean? I did hear about this, but what do they mean by this? Is I guess my question.
Oh, okay, so let me go into the article a little bit. This was posted by Jamie Hoare from, which that sounds like a wild last name, but
Uh,
from PC Games N or whatnot. It says Valve's new Steam rules will finally hold season pass DLC to account. A new selection or new section added to Steam's guidelines focuses entirely on season passes and includes new rules on release schedules for deals for included DLCs. In a move to make sure developers and publishers don't stray from their promises and commitments when it comes to season passes, Steam is now toughening up its guidelines. Newly spotted documentation from Valve outlines how season passes must give a release date to all DLC included. Describes what's in each piece of the DLC and much more. So they're just more or less asking for clarity as the DLC is coming out for more.
mhm.
So it says a data mine from earlier this year hinted that such a change was coming to Valve storefront, and it's now official. Steamworks documentation, which is essentially a handbook for anyone wanting to list their content on Steam, has been updated with a new section dedicated to season passes. The brand new page clearly defines season passes as a purchasable item of DLC with promise of future content to be delivered to customers, either as separate DLC releases or as additional content unlocked within the base game, alongside some guidance on how to properly set up a season pass on Steam. Valve issues several warnings and new rules about what's needed in a season pass listing. The first big one revolves around the release schedule for season pass content. In the process of launching a season pass, you will be asked to commit to a launch timing for each content release in the season pass. That launch timing is a commitment to both customers and Steam. If you aren't ready to clearly communicate about that content included in each DLC and when each DLC will be ready for launch, you shouldn't offer a season pass on Steam. It says. So, what do you kind of think about
I
that
agree with that.
right there?
I agree with that last part so much because there's a lot of games that release, their game with like a ultimate edition with like a season pass, and it's like, well, that's cool, but when do I get this stuff? Like what? Like, and I know, oh, we don't know
So,
the
very much
exact
like
date.
Starfield, right?
Yeah, like Starfield, and even I don't want to throw them under the bus because I know they're under a lot of pressure just from the whole from everything they're going through. But like even with GSC Game World with Stalker 2, like they have the Ultimate Edition where it's like you get 2 expansions, and it's like that's cool, that's really fucking cool. But do you guys have any idea, like even a remote idea of when those expansions, like are those the kind of expansions that are like the first one will be next year, like around this time next year, or is it one of those expansions where it was like Atomic Heart, where it was like a couple months later? Like, do you have any vague sense of when that might be a thing? And I think the season pass idea is cool, but it's just I really like what they're doing here, and hopefully making developers be a little bit more upfront about when the timelines are for those DLCs and extra content, or just say, hey, do the season pass at a later date. Like if you don't know when it's going to be, then just don't sell it right now. Just wait for it to be like nailed down and then sell the season pass. I'm all for that.
Okay, so it then reads that in the new guideline, which was spotted by Pavel Junkit, um, the creator of the tracking site Steam DB, Valve also lays out its expectations when it comes to release schedules, quarter and year, i.e., January to March 2025, or season year is acceptable. Of course, a date that's more precise is also fine. June 2025 or June 1st, 2025. It also asks. It also now asks that each piece of DLC content comes with a brief description of what's included. So, yeah, that would be amazing, right?
That's
I
great.
mean, thinking about, when you got Starfield or when you get, whatever the hell that's promising DLC up front. Um it'd be nice to kind of know that, this that the story that you're on is going to take some sort of turn, or that this is going to be added into the game, so you're not just buying something that you don't really want.
Yes.
I think that's kind of the whole purpose behind it, is like you're paying more for this five day early access, sure, but they also bundled in this DLC that's supposed to be as part of the game. And I mean, I don't know about you, but like usually when you go to the grocery store and they say, buy this and then get a free thing, you usually want to know what that thing is
Exactly. Yes.
that you're getting that's free. Like if you're getting a free bottle of olives, I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I don't need that.
But if I'm getting like 4 free bottles of Chick-fil-A sauce, yeah, let's go. With
Yeah.
with my next bundled purchase of chicken and flour, I get Chick-fil-A sauce. Like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I might get a couple. I'm gonna get a couple of helpings of those. Right, get stocked up.
Fuck yeah. I'm with you on that.
So I
Dude,
mean, I totally see what. Yeah, I see what's going down. Shout out to Ray Cheese says Todd will have to show us what is cooking. Yes, absolutely.
yes. You're damn right, because they're gonna have a season pass for Elder Scrolls 6. You already know it.
Yeah, and they're definitely gonna have DLC for the new Fallout and stuff like that, right?
Yep,
And
absolutely.
and now they're gonna have to be more careful about when they talk about like a new season coming out for like Starfield and like Fable or Avowed or Indiana Jones or what. And I
Avowed's
like
another
it.
one, yeah.
I like a little bit of extra regulation just so then you have to mean it.
Yes. Just be honest about what I'm getting. I'm glad you said Avowed too, because I mean, they're coming out with the Ultimate Edition, 5 days early access, plus I believe also access to the DLCs that they release. So it's pretty topical.
And I tell you what, I definitely would love to see that from the new Horizon driving game. If they come out saying, "Hey, get this
Hmm.
early with the DLC," I'd be happy to know if it's Lego or what the fuck is going to be the next one.
Yeah. Gonna make it Matchbox. It's gonna be Matchbox cars.
Hey, man, if it is, it is. It don't matter. I don't care.
Yeah.
Matchbox got some dope ass looking cars too.
Yeah, Matchbox is great.
All right, so this is the pretty much. I mean, that's just the gist of this one right here. I ain't trying to sit here and read the whole goddamn article about it. We get the gist, right? You gotta announce what you're putting out there eventually,
Yep.
right? Whether it's a season pass, DLC, whatever the hell. If you have future plans for this game and you're using that to sell the game in general, then they're asking you to give us a description of why the hell you feel the need to sell a bigger edition.
Hmm.
We need to see why you're doing that. So like that makes sense to me, and I like it. I like it.
I love it.
It is really that simple. But all right, so moving on to the next topic for this afternoon. PlayStation had some pretty cool news of their own, which I feel
So
like this is it's like the news that just keeps giving, right? And I always and you know, I'm not here to be a hater, but I guess I gotta be a little bit of a hater, just a little yeah, just a little bit, right? I feel like it's necessary. Because it almost seems like anytime PlayStation has some like weird news or like some like not so like perfect news that there's always some sort of weird article like this that comes out that's just like, huh? Okay. That's fine. But here it is right here. It says Sony's website chronicle 30 years of PlayStation says PlayStation 2 sold 160 million consoles now.
damn. What was it at before? It was like 150?
I don't know, but the number keeps changing, and I'm just like, how does this number keep changing?
People are still buying them brand new.
Like where are they buying these at?
At their local retailers.
I know in Japan they do sell like items like they definitely have more like overstock than we do
Oh
of
yeah.
like products that they make, right? So like,
Hmm.
you know, especially like the older consoles, like you know your Saturns, your NESs, all of that stuff. They got way more overstock of that than we do by I'd say by like per capita,
Yeah. A lot of it.
right? I'm not gonna say that they have more like just loose consoles out there because I mean America is a lot bigger than Japan
Hmm.
in the terms of size, but as of like, you know, percentage of amount of people that are there, I'd say that they probably have a lot more left over than we would.
Yeah.
And they definitely have more of a crowd that's more involved in that than we do by percentage.
Definitely.
But anyway, so let me go into this article just a little bit. I mean, we kind of get the gist of it, but it says here in this article, by the way, is written by Tom Ivan from VGC. It says Sony has updated PlayStation website with a timeline um, chronicling 30 years of the iconic gaming brand, featuring a host of images and stats. The update has launched ahead of PlayStation 30th anniversary on December 3rd, 2024. Golly, these ads are just outrageous. You're making this screen is
Holy shit.
these ads just don't stop, man. They're crazy. But anyways, it says notably in states, it states that 160 million PS2 consoles have been sold worldwide since its launch in 2000. This is the same sales figure mentioned in March by former Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan during an official PlayStation podcast released to coincide with his retirement. However, it appears to be the first time the figure has been published on an official PlayStation website. Even Sony Interactive Entertainment's own business data and sales page still lists the console as selling 155 million units. Either way, PS2 remains the best-selling console of all time, ahead of Nintendo DS and the Nintendo Switch, which has 154 million units and 146 million units, respectively, as of September 2024, according to Nintendo. Sony recently launched PlayStation 30th Anniversary Collection, which includes gray PS5 digital and PS5 Pro consoles. It also released limited edition versions of the PlayStation Portal, DualSense Edge controller, and the standard DualSense pad, designed to pay homage to the original PlayStation. And jeez Louise, I think that's it, because this goddamn page is tweaking. Like, I don't know. It says down here, it says black. Jesus, I give up. All right, I give up. So anyway, so yeah, so that's the gist of it. My page is still tweaking. What do you kind of think about this news right here? I mean, I don't know what we really do with it, but they sold 160 million units for the PS2, and I mean, obviously, we already know that that's top, 5 consoles of all time, if not like top, the
Yeah.
top of that list, right? For
Yeah.
many people, yes. For me, no, but it's in like the top 3 for me. Actually, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love the. I really love the PS1. The PS1 is what got me really into the PlayStation. The PS2 was dope, but I was all over the place by the time PS2 came. When PS2 came out, I was down to play on any console at that point.
Yeah. I still, for me, like PS2 is great, but for me, it's still the PS3 is the best PlayStation of all time. But as far as this news, I mean, I'm kind of asking the same question you asked: who's buying? Because I'm assuming these are retail sales. These aren't like who's buying? Who bought an extra 5 million retail PS2s in the last? I don't know how long has it been since it was 155? Like I'm more confused about that, honestly. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see that, I guess it's apparently still selling somewhere. I just I just don't know where. I just don't know how that's still going up. But yeah, it's cool to see. It is a wildly successful console. Like
Yeah,
just an astronomically successful console. So it's dope.
and from its predecessor, it's totally deserved, right? Because its predecessor
Mhm.
was wildly popular. It was my favorite probably console from Sony just because I have so much memory with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even got to throw a spring into that console just to make it run import games, and had a special disc that I used for that and everything. So it carries a lot of memories for me and just like versatility. But yeah, definitely the PlayStation 2 being the next iteration of it, and then on top of it the games that dropped during that generation made the PlayStation 2 just be what it deserves to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I personally like Xbox more in that generation just because it's a more powerful system and it had the save the save capabilities on the console itself. But like I said, seeing that the PlayStation 2 came from the what was great about the PlayStation 1, it also had the backwards compatibility in it. It had Grand Theft Auto available when it came out.
Yeah.
It
That's
had,
big.
the great Madden games that were out during that time in college football, and live games back then. What was it? What was that big game? The military game that I'm thinking of. God
Oh,
damn. SOCOM.
SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM was massive back then. Final
Those
Fantasy was killing it.
also
Devil
got
May
shit like
Cry debuted.
Kingdom
Like
Hearts and shit like
yeah,
that.
Kingdom Heart. Like the PlayStation 2 had just an insane amount of games that it got regardless. Like it felt like PlayStation, or not PlayStation, it felt like Xbox and Nintendo had great games as well, but they couldn't keep up with the third party offerings that PlayStation 2 was just able to dish out. Like it was insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
100%.
it'd be like 2/3 of the store is PlayStation 2, and then everything else is in that 1/3 of the store. Everything else is there.
Yeah. Dude, it was. Yeah, I'm kind of with you though. I was more on Xbox. Yeah, by the time I played Halo CE, I made up my mind. I had made up my mind. Once I played that, I made up my mind. I was on Xbox. But I did have the PS2, and there were a lot of games on that console. A lot.
And a DVD player you didn't need a remote for.
That was the dude. That was like the big. That was why. That was why my my parents were so cool getting me the PS2 when it released, because like I think I got it day one or day two. I can't remember, but the only reason they were cool with that is because it had a DVD player in it, and I could bring it down to the living room and we could watch DVDs. Obviously, of course, me being a child, I used that thing to play, like, dude, like anything I could possibly get my hands on. I remember my cousin uh stole GTA 3 from from my uncle. Um my uncle fell asleep and my cousin was staying over for the weekend, and before he left, he grabbed GTA 3, took it out of the console, and he didn't even get the case because he didn't want to wake up my uncle, and he brought it over and we played that, and that blew my mind. So like, yeah, the PS3 was, yeah, it was iconic.
You mean PS2? Gotcha.
The PS2. Oh my god, did I say PS3?
Yeah, you did.
Ugh, yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, PS2 was phenomenal. Go to console deserves all the accolades that it got. Yeah, it's wild that it's somehow still selling. I
yes,
guess somewhere. But
someone's buying
hey,
it.
it's doing its thing. It's still striving, I guess. But anyways, the next topic we're going to talk about, which is something being shut down over there on Xbox.
Oh.
And I don't know if anybody's been using it or thinking about it or even remembers what their avatar even looks like. But just to let you know, Xbox is shutting down the Avatar Editor app and offering refunds starting in January. And the refunds are only from like the past, like, I think, couple of years. So let me go on
Oh
ahead
damn.
and get into it. This article is written by Kat Bailey from IGN. It says Xbox attributes decisions to low engagements. Xbox is removing the Avatar Editor app from Xbox consoles and PC, ending support for the revamped characters first introduced in 2018. Xbox quietly announced the news on its support site over the weekend, saying the app will no longer be available starting January 9th, 2025. The end of Xbox Avatar Editor support means that users will no longer be able to access Xbox avatars or any of their purchased avatar items. Xbox says it will refund all Avatar purchases made between November 1st, 2023 and January 9th,
Damn.
2025.
My God. They're that's like no time at all. I don't know who's buying stuff on that in the last year.
I don't know either, right? I don't know at all. But I don't know one person that bought anything for an Avatar, and I think that's kind of the point, right?
Well, yeah, they got it.
Is that
They
they're just like, no one's been using this and nobody cares, so we're just gonna kind of get rid of this and stop
I was
paying people to support it.
I was kind of excited when you said they were giving out refunds for it because I know back when it was on 360, I definitely bought some stuff for my
Yeah,
avatar.
that's why
I
I
was
tried to
like,
tell you at the beginning of this that it was only for a couple of years back, not
yeah,
going all the way back.
damn,
Oh man! But anyways, it
too
says
bad.
Xbox is specifically ending support for the avatars introduced as part of the Xbox Avatar update back in 2018, which were touted as more detailed, expressive, and creative than the predecessors on the Xbox 360. Xbox says it will retain support for the simpler Xbox original avatar, which will continue to work in the supported Xbox 360 games and will be accessible via the Xbox original avatar app.
Okay,
So there you go for that.
that
It
makes
says
sense.
one way or another, avatars feel less and less important these days. In its frequently asked questions, Xbox said that it was ending support due to low engagement and a shift in focus towards delivering other player experiences, noting um, that players can still personalize their experience with dynamic background profile, colors, and other options. Um, in the meantime, Xbox is looking ahead to the future, among other things, working on a dedicated handheld development on a next generation successor is also underway. So there's that. And to me, this is I'm gonna go on ahead and just say it for myself. Like, this isn't. I don't care about this. My
Yeah,
avatar never really looked like me. I always felt like it was kind of weird to look at. It's on a skateboard, which I don't ride skateboard. And I got
oh
like a trench coat, which I don't even own one. Got a pair of brown pants I don't even fit in anymore.
man.
Like, I mean, it's like my avatar is like 2015 ham. And
Yeah,
I don't know if I've touched it since then.
yeah, my avatar is like probably even before that. Whenever they first introduced it on 360, like 2010 or something, is the last time I edited my avatar, and it's a time capsule in that regard.
I remember like you like getting little things for my avatar through like video games and whatnot,
Hmm.
and being like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and then I would like see it in that moment, and then never add it to my avatar, forget about it, and just like completely move on with my life. I'm not saying, hey, I want less from Xbox. I'm just saying that this was not even remotely important to me.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It's probably smart that they got rid of that. There's no use to keeping that open when nobody's using that for real.
Yeah, I didn't lose any money, sleep, or my mind at all from this move whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, less is never good, but I mean, what's good about having, just stuff, you know?
Yeah,
It's kind of
less.
what it felt like was just it was like the coat in your closet that you haven't worn in like 5 years, and then you put it on and you're like, yeah, I know why I don't wear this. And you put it and you hang it back up and it just sits there again. Like,
Yep, less is never good, but sometimes less doesn't really matter. And this is one of the situations where it doesn't really matter.
all right, and it looks like before I ask you if you have anything that you would like to share, so going ahead and think a little bit if you have anything that you want to talk about or share before we get up out of here. But we have one last topic that or more or less actually Loke, wanted us to talk about a little bit today. And this article is from VGC, written by Jordan Midler. Here, I'll put it on the screen right now. It says Mortal Kombat 1's future DLC plans in doubt after poor reception to Chaos Reigns, it claimed. So I know very little about the lore and stuff like that when it comes to Mortal Kombat, and I'm kind of interested why Loke wanted to talk about this in particular. So let's kind of go on ahead and get into it. It says a third Mortal Kombat or a third combat pack and a second story expansion have reportedly been canceled. So that is a big deal, actually.
Yeah, it
That
is.
is a big deal, actually. So I can see why Loke put this on here, right? Because this whole part is just like, okay. But then when you get the context with the little second, little smaller title or whatnot, that's not good.
No, it's pretty bad.
Like poor reception can mean anything. But when you hear that something's been possibly canceled, that's more than just poor reception. That's a bad reception.
Yeah, that's very negative reception.
Shout out to Dayreezy in the chat. Good to see you. Pops up saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone that celebrates it. Yeah. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And while we're on that topic real quick, I will not be having a show tomorrow because of said holiday. And I'll probably be gone on Friday as well. Loke might still have a show here, so keep your eye out. But it is Black Friday on Friday, and on top of that, we will be doing some celebrations for my daughter's birthday this Friday since we're off
Let's go.
Thursday. So we'll be celebrating her birthday Friday and Saturday and seeing how that goes. And I don't want to have to worry about doing a show in between all that. I just want to relax. So,
Yeah, that
so,
makes sense.
so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, going ahead, hit that like button. You guys share this thing out. Let everybody know that we're live. We've been live for just a little bit over an hour. Shout out to my cousin in the chat. He said I celebrate Black Friday. Yeah, I think everybody probably should. If you have something that you've been waiting on for a while, more than likely it's going to be on sale for something.
Yep.
On Black Friday. I mean, it might be a weak ass sale for what you want especially if it's crazy new. It might only be like $5 or $10 off, but like some of those things that you may have been looking at in January. I mean, shit. I seen Tears of the Kingdom was on sale for $30, and I was like, yo, like,
Damn.
that's
Nintendo
Nintendo.
never does that.
Yeah, right. That's Nintendo. Nintendo out here having a sale on games, and it's worth it. Like that's something that you should definitely take advantage of, and that can only mean one time a year, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, they ain't doing that any other time of year, but that can only mean it is that time of year. So make sure
Yeah,
you get
that's
your
shocking.
wallets out and get what you can afford. But anyways, this article says that according to Reddit user Fate Unknown, a user with a track. God damn it! I fucking hate VGC right now. I fucking hate VGC. There's just too many ads on this motherfucker. Anyways, it says the
Shit's
user with a
so-
track record revealing information about forthcoming Mortal Kombat content, a third combat pack of DLC characters, and a second story expansion were planned for the fighter, but have since been canceled. This was reportedly due to what they claimed were low sales of Chaos Reigns. The game's recent story expansion, Chaos Reign, was released earlier this year for man, yikes! All right, so Chaos Reign was released earlier this year for 50 bones.
for DLC.
Yeah, it says the package included new story content and the second combat pack featuring new characters, which I get. But come on, y'all. That's $20 less than the full price game. Keep in mind, me, Ham Solo, I bought this. I bought Mortal Kombat 1 for $25 when it was on sale.
My
And it was
God.
on sale, and I think it was on sale for $25 before the expansion release.
Yeah.
So seeing that they're trying to charge me 50 for an extra piece of the game, fuck out of here.
That's pretty nuts. Your DLC shouldn't cost more than your game on sale. It just shouldn't.
Your DLC should be like $25.
Yes.
And honestly, if you're making DLC that's worth more than $25, you should have probably made it a 2-piece DLC.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I mean, I know that I'm advocating for selling less, or like selling less and paying more, kind of, right? Because I mean, 2 purchases, tax twice, you're paying a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like I would rather. Some things are better as a trickle, right? When I go to the store and I buy some bread, I'm not looking for 12 loaves for $15.
Yeah.
Because that shit, it's gonna go bad. I also don't. I just don't see myself needing 12 loaves of bread,
Yeah.
even though it's great. I could feed my whole apartment building. That's great,
It's a good
but
deal.
I don't need to do that, and I'm not looking to spend that for that right now. Like over time, sure. Will I probably spend more? Yeah, but but it's ethical at that point. You know what I mean? It's more ethical.
Yeah.
It seems unethical to buy 15 loaves or 12 loaves of bread anytime. Unethical.
Yeah.
Unless you got a house that's built like that, and then I mean ethics are out the window at that point.
Yeah, there's no ethics happening in that house. There's nothing ethical going on there.
I mean, there's just no point for this. So, like, to me, it's just like, yo, I don't understand why you didn't make like a $20, $25 DLC, have like the first half of the story and a character or two, and then say keep going for the next piece. right?
Yeah. Be a lot better than $50.
And then eventually you could even bundle in, get the first part of the DLC and the second part for a bundled price now, right?
Yep.
I don't know.
mean,
Like I understand the sentiment of not maybe wanting to sit on something that you created for too long so it doesn't go bad. But seeing that this game only came out last year, I don't feel like I feel like it's weird that you're asking like 70 to 80% of what they just paid last year to buy the game for a DLC. And then I imagine that the story, it might be another story, but it's probably not near as long as the main one.
I would assume so, yeah.
It's probably not as detailed. Like I'm not trying to say it doesn't have detail, but I'm just saying it's probably not as intricate as your main story. Right? Where your main story had main things that happened, there would be no DLC without main story.
Exactly.
So I mean the pricing, it just doesn't make sense. Matt, I've talked like for 5 minutes about this and bitching about it and whatnot. Shout out to the chat before I let you speak about it real quick. Let me go on ahead and read a few of these chats. Matt Hum said pre-order GTA 6 for $150 on sale. That's crazy. He said, "Bruh, that's the whole. That's a whole game. Do they? Okay, so this is great. He says, do they want to sell it or not? 25 is cap for even a good one. So he's talking about for DLC, right?
Yes.
And I agree with that.
Yeah,
because that's how much like the Starfield DLC was, and you got to play it 5 days earlier.
Yep, I did. Put it this way: Phantom Liberty DLC was $29.99.
Oh shit!
So
Done.
I don't know what they're doing in this Mortal Kombat DLC that warrants $50, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
That's a great point to bring up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like charging $50. Like the only thing I can think of that charged $50 DLC is
Elden Ring?
Elden Ring with Shadow of the Earth Tree,
That
and
to me,
that's
that was
and
too
that
much. I didn't want to do that.
exactly for me.
And I
Same
knew
here.
how much they were adding to it. I was like, "Yo, this is gonna be a pretty much Elden Ring 2, pretty much." I don't
Yes,
want it for that price. That's crazy.
exactly. But like for me, I'm like I'm not buying that for $50. But the reason they can do that is because it's Elden Ring, and I get it. Mortal Kombat's Mortal Kombat, but like let's be real, Mortal Kombat ain't Elden Ring. It's just
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
So like I'm not buying Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree at $50. I mean, shit, I'm pretty sure it's probably on sale right now. I'm still not buying it. I'm just not in the mood to play it. But like a lot of people did, and a lot of people would probably tell you it's worth more than Mortal Kombat's DLC at $50.
Man, you could tell me Starfield had a new DLC for $50. I'd be wincing.
I'd cringe. You'd have to explain to me why that shit is $50. Why the fuck is that $50? Because it shouldn't be, as far as I'm concerned.
And then the thing that makes it even worse for Mortal Kombat's sake is even if Starfield dropped it at $50, there's a good chance I can get a good deal from it off of Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no way around this.
No, this is bad
for Mortal Kombat. So like they release this for $50, and then they had planned on another DLC. I can see why you're not gonna want to do that, because if you're thinking about doing the same thing, you're out of your fucking mind. Like that's crazy. I don't
It
know,
is.
Matt, did you have either anything else about this or anything else that you wanted to talk about on the show before
Hmm.
we get to signing out?
So not much like in terms of like a really deep news story, but there was some news. I don't know if you saw it, but I mean a bunch of CD Projekt Red stuff came out yesterday or the day before. But Cyberpunk, just mentioned Cyberpunk, sold 30 million copies, and then Phantom Liberty DLC, literally just mentioned it, sold 8 million copies for
Wow.
for the DLC, which is fucking impressive to say the least. Because
Yeah, it's very rare that a DLC sells like that. So, like, I mean,
yeah,
which just makes it sound even worse for what Mortal Kombat was trying to
exactly.
trying to accomplish. But hey, whatever.
Exactly, dude. 8 million copies, dude. There's games out there. There's a lot of games. Most game developers and publishers, if you told them, "Hey, you can sell 8 million copies of your game, not your DLC," they'd be fucking ecstatic. But selling 8 million copies of your DLC, that's that's some next level stuff. That's
Yeah,
damn.
it's like if you were wondering if you could, if you should, or if you were on the fence about making a sequel. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I think that kind of ties
yeah,
that up.
yeah. You're making it now. It's done deal. That's definitely being made. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up. But funny enough, even before you mentioned the DLC for Mortal Kombat, but after that, after you mentioned that, this is just kind of funny. This is just a little funny.
Yeah, I mean that's astonishing, and it's dope. Cyberpunk's DLC was like I haven't finished it, but I'm pretty. I'd say I'm pretty well into it. Would you say, Matt?
Yeah, I think I forget where
Based
you
on
said
what
you
I
were,
told
but
you.
yeah, I forget where you said you were, but I'm pretty sure I told you you were pretty far in.
Let me see. I'm trying to remember the last part in that game I was in. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So the last part that I remember being in is and I'm a little bit I'm a little bit beyond this. I'm like 30, 40 minutes beyond it. But like I was at a bar with Idris Elba. He walked in and pissed this girl off. This girl was pissed that he walked into the bar.
Oh yeah, okay. I know what you're
You,
talking about,
you remember what I'm
and her
talking about?
face changes.
Yeah, she like shape shifts.
Yeah. So yeah, you're into it. Like the story's picking up for you. You're into it.
Yeah, so like I mean like I'm in a pretty heavy decision moment.
Hmm.
I mean, I've already made a a piece of that decision, but yeah, it's a really good DLC. I recommend that you check it out. I don't like the city,
No, the Dogtown
but
City is
I
stinks.
don't think that you're supposed to.
Yeah, they made that city absolutely repulsive in just about every possible way. So I guess good on them for like really making us feel how that place looks.
Yeah,
Honestly.
fucking gross. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing that I want to go on ahead and end off today's show on is I want you to go on ahead and answer this question for me,
Hmm.
as if it's hard.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt? What's the best one?
The best TV show of 2020. Oh, this isn't close for me. And I'll tell you why. It's no disrespect to any of those TV shows. I've only seen one of them, and it's Fallout. Uh, The only one that I'm interested in, vaguely, besides Fallout, there would probably be Penguin, and I don't have HBO. So I go Fallout. That's pretty easy for me. What about you?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but I've just seen this.
EA Sports officially developing a new Fight Night, and it's stated for PS5 and Series X. Where's this from? Rap House TV?
Rap
I don't
House
know.
TV. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is real or not, but I could believe it.
I don't see why not. I mean, shit, like it's a very popular sport. It's an incredibly popular sport. It's kind of stupid that they haven't been making these, honestly.
Especially since Jake Paul,
Yeah, especially since Jake Paul beat up a senior citizen. I mean, that'd be cool though. I'd be down for a fight night. I haven't played fight night since like, dude, probably the original Xbox. I think might have been. I didn't even play the one on the 360. There's a bunch of them on the 360, right? I can't remember, but yeah, I haven't played fight night in a long time.
My goodness. All right, man. Well, everybody, please be safe this holiday season. It is the
Yes.
beginning of, the time of year where we spend a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah, be safe on the roads. Be safe with your family and the way that you talk to other people. And be straight and be safe with the strangers that you meet around this time of year, because usually this is around the time of the year that you meet somebody that you didn't expect to meet.
Yeah.
Right. So just move correct. Keep your chin up. Try something. Set a goal for next year. Just make yourself happy. Make yourself proud. Treat yourself if you have to. Treat yourself. But anyways, Matt, please let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, man. You can find me on
I don't want
YouTube.
to end up like these folks right here, right?
Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, dude. That shit.
I'm not part of the family the way you act.
Oh boy.
I'm not part of the family? No.
God just says, oh boy.
You don't act right, you're not part of the family.
Oh my god.
You throw turkey at me? Don't blow up.
Oh my
Oh,
lord.
man.
And you're filming? God, I'm so done. Yeah. What's the lawyer? No. I'm done. Because if you don't want to be
Oh,
part of
God.
the family, then get out.
This is like a
Crash
total like Bubbles versus fucking Mr. Leahy moment.
Right?
It's a
He did.
Bubbles losing his shit.
He just fucking flipped the table. He said, fuck all you guys. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not gonna be me this Thanksgiving. I'll tell you that. But you can find me on YouTube, Matt Likes Games. Got to work on a video for this week. I'm still trying to decide what video I'm gonna make, but we'll see how that goes. Show tonight. Ham mentioned that earlier. 8 p.m. Eastern over on my channel, the Two Player Podcast, myself and Ham Solo. And then Friday, if we do have a show, I'll be here again for bullsitting. But that's where you can find me.
Yeah, shout out to Innate, Eastside Vandal up in the chat. Yeah, Innate says Fallout for him for that show this year. I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Fallout was so good that I watched it twice within a month of it coming out. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that show was about as perfect as they could possibly make it.
Like I usually, first of all, I don't like to watch TV shows that don't have more than one season. So when you get me on a launch, kind of like Fallout did, Halo did, Last of Us did, Twisted Metal did. I think that you got something good with it. I'm not saying that they're all equal to each other. I'm just saying you got something good if you're starting out like that, especially being a video game adaptation.
Yeah.
But I went a step further with Fallout in particular, which I hadn't done with any of the other shows that I mentioned. I watched it a second time completely through.
Same here.
And like I said, I did that within like a month, maybe 2 of the show actually coming out. And like, there's some episodes I've seen like 3 or 4 times on there, just because I was showing other people the Fallout TV show. Like, I was just so happy about the show that I had to show other people the show. So
Yeah.
I see Eastside Vandal said, "Don't sleep." The Penguin was outstanding as well. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to enjoy that movie. And it has nothing to do with the acting or the writing. I just don't like the Penguin. I never have. That's like one of the few DC characters that I literally just, I don't know why. I just don't like him.
That's
I didn't like him when it was Danny DeVito. I just never liked the Penguin. Not even animated.
That's what I'm kind of interested to see that show, because like the Penguin, when I think of DC characters, he's definitely not on my. He's not
Is it
high
a show
up
or
on
a
my.
movie?
It's a show. It's a show. It's like a series.
It's a show, huh? Well, I might give it a chance. And seeing that it's a show, I might give it a chance, just because, especially with movies, I don't feel like I can quite grasp what I would need in 2 hours.
Yes, it's a full series they're doing, and apparently it's been received very well. Like every episode apparently has been phenomenal. But I don't have
Vandal
anything.
ain't fucking around. He said, "I watched Fallout 3 times." He said 2 by myself and once with my mama. She loved it.
Of course. Oh yeah, dude.
What's crazy is I watched it with my mama as well, and they and my mom and her and her boyfriend, they loved the show. They thought it was fantastic. And they're they're very traditional black folks, right? Like they Tyler Perry's and they BET Plus and Kevin Hart bullshit. Like they're very like that. So like putting them onto something else and seeing that they enjoyed it and they didn't even like know it was a video game, like it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's the cool part. Yeah.
Yeah, I told them it was a video game. They didn't see where the video game part like started and ended. You know what I mean? Like usually like you see a Mario movie come out, you're like, okay, I get that.
Yeah,
But these were all real characters and shit. Like, yo, it was dope.
Such a good show.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and head up out of here. You already heard from Matt. Matt let you know where you can find him. You can also find me on his channel with him a little bit later on, 2-Player Podcast. And like I said, I'll be doing a show tomorrow because I will be having Thanksgiving like most of the rest of us Americans. Shout out to Loke out in Texas having one of the biggest dinners I've never seen, turducken. But anyway. But anyways, yeah, and I won't be around on Friday either, but Loke will probably be here for another episode of Bull Sitting. It's just my daughter's birthday weekend, and I want her to have a good time. In fact, we're about to go finish figuring out these cards that she's supposed to be making for us to go hand out to some of the neighborhood friends of hers and whatnot, so they could see if they want to slide through on Saturday or on Saturday for her birthday party with friends. So, but anyways,
nice.
Thanks everybody for sliding through. Like I said, hit that like button, share it out if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. But this is your boy Ham Solo signing out from TSWS Gaming, letting you know to keep it gaming or keep it moving. I will see y'all next week. And as for the channel, hopefully we'll see y'all soon. Peace out.
See ya.
They said we said